All right. Ready? Yes, let's go. All right, so you guys are starting off. You're walking down a dirt road, and the sun is obnoxiously hot, beating down on your head. What the reason why you're going down this dirt road is kind of up to your own story. You'll have to give us that information, but in general, this is more along the lines of you're in local village or local town, whichever you decide to come from, and there was a posting or overheard guards talking or something along those lines that a small village called Howlistrom was facing a little bit of not so much trouble, but more of an annoyance. There's chatter of weird magics going on at night, weird people skulking around the farmlands nearby, and honestly, it was pretty low-tier stuff, so nobody really wanted to travel all the way out to this middle of nowhere town, more like a village, just a few houses, and see what the issue was. So, for your various reasons, you decided to travel down the dirt road and see what the issue was. Now, it's kind of more up to you whether you knew each other beforehand or met each other on the road. I'll kind of let you guys decide amongst yourselves or like in your own individual story how that happened, but that's how we're leading into this little quest. So kind of want to hand that off to you guys and see what you have to say about it.
Okay.
Like where you're coming from.
I shall come running up the road behind the other two, sort of out of breath. So, excuse me, did you see a dog with a hat?
How do you respond to that?
A dog with a hat.
Yeah, it's not the dog's hat. That would be stupid. The dog's got my hat, and it's really hot.
Well, naturally, it'd be.
Ooh,
it's not the dog's hat.
The hot dog.
Wearing the hat.
That's a very good question. Was the dog wearing the hat?
Well, no. I mean, the last time I saw it, the dog was chewing the hat. Look, it's a really nice hat. Did you see it?
Are you sure the dog hasn't got rid of the hat already?
Well, now you're just throwing spanners into the works. I mean, okay. Look, thank you very much. I'm off down the road again, and I shall run off further and down the road in search of a dog with a hat.
All right, so you're traveling off on your own. What about the other two? Because I guess you two were traveling together. So, what is the story behind that?
I feel like my girl would probably be like interested in if she's heard the rumors of like the strange magic. She'd want to check it out because she's like weird like that. She's nosy.
I was gonna say, yeah, this is probably a better word for it too. Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I like going down random roads. That's always fun. Just like adventures.
All right,
Yeah.
so we have one person who actually cares about going there. The other two are just kind of going down the road. All right, that sounds good. All right. So, see, Matt, your character is Bernard, right?
Bernard, please.
Bernard, yeah. Okay, Bernard.
That completely hadn't occurred to me.
All right, and just so I get the other, let me just make a note. Bernard.
I'm also making the same note.
It's all right. I'll just correct you every time. It's fine.
And then, Bryn, you got, how do you pronounce it? Leiloa?
Leiloa.
Okay.
Oh, did we lose Kara?
And
I think
still
I'm
see
going to go with Drusilla.
Drusilla?
Ooh.
All right. Go back in, make sure we're all set, and There we go. All right.
All right, cool.
So, Leiloa's bullshitting. Drusilla, what are you doing? You're just listening politely, just nodding your
I
head,
think
or
I'm just listening politely and trying to learn what she's talking about and whether or not she's actually smart or a crazy person.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah, that tracks. Yeah.
And Bernard, what is he doing? Is he just gonna keep running until he passes out from the heat and exhaustion, or?
I think the next time that you're aware of Bernard, it's as a sort of at the front of a cloud of dust as it goes across the road about half a mile down, followed by a pack of dogs.
Okay, so do you and this? I just want you guys to play out how that whole situation is gonna go down.
Can I say something a little controversial? I'm already in love with Bernard.
That's pretty controversial. I don't think I'll allow you in this call
You
anymore.
haven't met his hat yet.
So the pack of wild dogs is chasing Bernard?
I mean, that's one way of interpreting it, yeah.
Or they're following?
He might be leading a charge of wild dogs.
Do you have a whistle to like follow them along with you, or are they just
Oh, no. They are barking.
Okay, so they're angry dogs.
One of them is carrying a hat.
Oh,
Oh, so we found the
plot
hat.
thickens. All right, so
I mean, you might interpret it that there's some sort of screaming happening from a Bernard Woods direction.
is
Apparently,
Bernard?
I'm good at animal handling.
Ooh, all right.
Oh.
Well, I guess we'll start doing that then.
I got some thaumaturgy. I could yell. I could just bark at them.
But I don't know what to do. Apparently,
All
I'm
right.
good at animal handling.
Let's see. So tell me what you want to do, and then we'll have you roll for it.
Yeah, I know what happens
Uh,
next if you don't want to do anything, but, you know.
Yeah.
Do I die?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Do I want to like try and get them under control and save Bernard?
It's up to you. It's completely up to you. You just have
That's
all
what
I
I
need
wanna
from you
do.
is a.
Yep.
So you just want
what I
to
wanna
just
do.
generally kind of calm them down and get them away from Bernard.
Yeah, like redirect them.
All right. So I'm going to need you to roll an animal handling check.
Okay, so what do I do for that?
That's under wisdom.
Yes, my
And-
wisdom.
Yep. So do you have like a? I don't know
Yeah,
what your
it's
wisdom
17
looks like.
plus 3.
All right. So you have a +3 to animal handling, unless you have a proficiency in that, I believe.
And then it says plus 5 for animal handling.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
dang.
you have +5. So yeah, go ahead and roll a d20. We'll see
Yeah.
where that goes.
+5. Holy.
I got 10.
10. So that's yeah. You successfully. Wait, on the dice you rolled a 10, or is that
That's on
total
the
you
dice.
had a 10?
No, on the
Hmm?
dice I rolled a 10.
Okay, so it is. Okay, so I'd say
Is
that
plus
is
the wisdom.
Yeah, so that'd be 15.
So is that plus the wisdom and the animal handling? Are they
No.
separate?
Yeah, it's
think
all rolled
animal-
in. So the wisdom bonus is +3, and you have a
Okay.
proficiency in animal handling, which gives you an extra +2.
Okay.
all right.
Yeah,
So yeah,
okay.
I would say that you successfully handle these animals.
Yes!
And so you calm them down. They kind of.
And I got the hat back.
Oh, you're getting the hat back? All right. Well, that one's going to be a little different because the dog does not want to let go of the hat.
Oh, well,
He's
forget
calmed
the hat.
down, but he's not barking. He's not like kind of growling at Bernard, but he's still kind of He still wants the
Yeah,
hat.
nah, I don't want the hat that much. Sorry.
All right, so animals are not gonna kill you, Bernard, but you're still without a hat. What you gonna do?
This dirt road, is there like a ditch that has perhaps water in it?
I would say that not necessarily. It's pretty dry. It's pretty,
Okay.
yeah. It's more like it's well worn, so it's the lowest part of the land. There's no like ditches on the side or anything. It's just plain old dirt road that's well worn.
Okay.
There are large fields on both sides of you, though, pretty like a little bit higher up. If that gives you a better picture, what you're surrounded by.
I was gonna do something with water.
I had a feeling, but
Yeah.
it's pretty. It's not your scene right now.
No, that's fine. That's totally cool.
It's
I'm gonna
pretty
see what
dry.
else I have.
Okay, I'll notice that the dogs have stopped actively chasing me, and I skid to a halt, and turn around and hold a hand out towards Drusilla and say, "Oh, it's okay. I've got this. I've got a plan. I've got them exactly where I want them." And I'll reach to my belt and pull out just a really sad-looking, slightly greasy little what's the word I'm looking for? Just a little bag, a pouch.
Okay.
And start
a doggy
walking
bag.
towards the dog.
All right. And what is in this bag that's making it so greasy?
It's some really sad old scraps of bacon.
All right. You can roll animal handling with advantage.
Oh.
Being nice.
That's Kira's sheet. Hey, +1. Put a 17 all in.
17? All right. Then, yep, you're able to tempt them with this greasy bacon bag. And how exactly did you want that to play out?
Well, I'm going to approach it like a proper, exchange of prisoners and indicate the hat with one hand and hold out the bag of bacon in the other hand and not let go of the one until I've got the other one.
All right. Yep. All the dogs surrounding the one with the hat start wagging their tail. They're super excited. Kind of looks around, bows his head, puts the hat on the ground, lifts it back up, is sitting nicely, wagging its tail, and is ready for its bacon.
Okay, I will throw the pouch of bacon to the dogs.
All right, they start tearing open, getting at all the bacon, and you now have the slightly slobbery hat back.
Plan succeeded.
All right, now the quest is over. We are good for today, and that is it. All right.
Do we get a level off that?
Yeah, that's a level up. You get 1,000 gold pieces for that. I think. That's
damn.
I know. All right.
What will you look?
Man, I wish you.
That dog was keeping a magic.
DM's pretty stingy, but okay.
All right. So, with that problem out of the way, you got your hat back. Clean up a little bit, maybe a little dusty from beyond the dirt road, but you guys are all three together. What you guys gonna do now?
Sorry. Oh, thank you, guys. I hope you weren't too frightened. Dogs. I had it all under control. Good. Thank you.
Yeah, you really did actually. I was gonna pour out some water out of my water skin and freeze it up so I give these dogs a nice little ice cube treat in this hot summer day.
Could have worked. You could have saved me some bacon, but
I could have saved your bacon.
Yeah. Well, I'll try not to hold it against you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Hello, Bernard. Nice
Maybe another time.
Hey,
Nice to meet you too. I'm Leila.
And I'm Drusilla.
Priscilla.
It's a new toy. Right.
All right, and introductions are out of the way. finally, you guys actually talk to each other. That's great. All right. So, we're now, Bernard, were you on your way down this road to actually complete this quest, or was it just for the hat?
Oh no,
Just
I think
curious.
he's got his eye on becoming a bandit lord, and you've got to have a vassal town to be a bandit lord. So he's going to go and take care of the town and make sure it's safe.
Okay. So, with that in mind, you all are pretty much heading down the same dirt road, and I would assume at this point you're somewhat comfortable with each other completing this death-defying quest. So, would it be too out of the ordinary to say that you guys start traveling together?
No,
Maybe?
fine.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah, Layla would just safety in numbers.
Okay. So at that point, you guys have been traveling down the road, and it's going to be like another few hours till you get there. You're traveling by foot right now. You didn't really have a whole lot of spare coin to pay for horses right now, but I mean, it's not terribly far away. So
I'm out of bacon now, so.
and you're out of bacon, so you're going to be a little hungry when you get there, but it's not super, super far away. At some point around, when you figure an hour or two away, you start passing these fenced off sections of the fields on both sides of the dirt road, and you start seeing farm animals, start seeing some light croppage, some different things, normal farmland type stuff. And see, one side there's tall grass where cows are starting to graze. You start seeing chickens in little coops. And
Drusilla, is that an ostrich? I've heard of ostriches. Is that an ostrich?
how does Drusilla answer whether a chicken is an ostrich?
Are you sure it's not an emu?
I'm not sure of anything. I don't concern myself with matters of the field and tillery and husbandry and that.
Well, all you need to know is how to catch it so you can eat it.
Oh, fair enough. So it's an emu then.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to say let's go with emu. I mean, they're scary, but I mean, I'm sure they taste good.
Yeah.
The
Excellent.
wood elf druid saying, let's just go eat all these animals, not care what they are. All right, got it.
Well, they're not wood emus, are they?
That's true.
Plains emus.
I mean, are there wood emus in this world? I'll leave that up to you.
I don't know. Emus are always bad, so eat them all. Eat them all.
Might as well just eat all the animals just in case one's an emu. All right,
Yeah.
got it.
That's our overarching quest, is to try all the different types of animals to see if they all taste like chicken or
They all
not.
taste like.
These emus taste exactly like chicken.
They're very small emus.
They're just a long way away.
All right, so you guys are talking about emus, and just keep passing all these farm animals. This farmland is just not a whole lot interesting to see, really, but it's a lot nicer than just walking vast fields of nothing on a dirt road. One side you'll see, like I said, cows, chickens. On the other side, a huge field of sheep. Sheep start coming up to the fence, kind of nibbling on the grass, and as soon as you guys get close, they kind of gather up and move far away. They start moving away, probably don't like strangers, probably just rarely handled by the farmers. They're just kind of there for wool and a couple lamb chops every now and then. But one in particular is not behaving the same way as the other ones. There's one, whereas all the other ones are kind of gathering up and moving away from you, one you see is coming from the far end of the field and is actually running, charging at the fence. And it seems pretty weird up until I actually pass the point when it actually jumps over the fence right in front of you and starts trotting up to you pretty quickly.
I'm ready.
And
I'm ready my javelin, straight up.
you're ready?
That's-
Okay.
That's sketch. I don't like it.
Is you do this?
Is it an angry sheep, or is it like a sheep that just wants to escape and become our friend? 'Cause we could always have a friend.
Let's see. So I'm gonna have you roll. What is that? Trying to see what that'll be. Insight check.
All of us, or just Kira?
If you want to see what its deal is, you can go ahead and roll it. But if you're just like readying in action, it's like I'm ready to do something about this sheep that randomly jumped a fence in front of me. That's kind of up to you.
That's
I'm
an
not big on
18.
What is insight? How do I have insight?
That's under wisdom. Yeah.
Okay. Wisdom. +5.
Jesus Christ, Kira.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my god, you're wicked smart. Okay.
Apparently my skills are like, I have proficiency in perception and I have dark vision. That's exciting.
Well, you're going to be real fun during the murder mystery quest that I have planned. So get ready for that one. Mm-hmm. All right.
So insight, what do I have to, is that a D20 as well?
Yep. Most of these checks are going to be D20s.
Cool. I got 13.
13, and that's plus the 5?
Yes.
Okay. Then you can clearly see, does anyone else roll, or is everyone else just kind of confused or scared or whatever?
I also rolled. I got an 18.
18? Okay, so you two, Bernard?
No, my
Bernard
experience of
doing?
sheep is that it might be a prostitute, but he's not really reacting very quickly.
That's raising a lot of questions, but I'm gonna leave that for another day. Maybe never, probably never.
I gotta be.
Okay, she's.
Okay, I'm back.
Breathe in, breathe.
Oh god.
All right.
Oh, I didn't expect that.
The other two of you don't know for sure it's not a prostitute. That's for sure.
Okay.
You also know that it's not aggressive, and it's actually kind of. I don't know how to properly word this other than sympathizing with you. It's like kind of like sad eyes, like, come on, like, I'm okay, just calm down. Yeah. So.
We can have our friend sheep.
So with that, are you still having your javelin raised or anything like that? Or?
It's not raised, but I'm still holding on to it.
All right. So with it not being actively like having a javelin pointed at it, it's going to kind of trot up a little bit slower this time and kind of put down a piece of paper that it had in its mouth. This rolled up piece of paper, kind of nudge you and kind of like scrape at the ground with its hoof.
It's like a smart sheep.
So that's basically what it does. It keeps nudging you, kind of like scraping at the ground near this paper, and just that's what it's doing, and kind of bleeding at you.
I think it's a scam.
It's a scam?
I want to be friends with it.
I'll pick up the scroll. I'll jab the scroll with my javelin and pick it up that way, like I'm picking up litter on the side of the highway.
All right. So one's trying to be friends with it. How are you trying to be friends with it?
Well, I've always, I'll just, I don't know, just try and make it my friend and like take it home with me. Or
all right.
Can I use
so
animal handling?
You can definitely try an animal handling.
Yeah. I rolled 17 plus 5 for animal handling.
All right.
Oh, Lord.
Surprisingly, nothing really changes.
Oh, damn it.
So he's already your friend.
He's just kind of doing the same thing. He sees what you're doing. He's kind of like kindly like nudging you a little bit, but not really. Nothing really changes.
Okay.
And then, I'm sorry, what was Matt Bernard doing?
Being bemused.
Okay, so Lady Loa picks up this piece of paper, and what are you doing with it? You just kind of picked it up and has it at the end of your draft, Jacqueline.
Well, I'm going to look at the paper. Is there writing on it? I'm assuming it's like a note.
Yes, actually, this is when you kind of look over it, you have some innate magical ability. So you can tell what it is a little bit. It's not your direct expertise, but you can kind of tell, especially with the big letters at the top saying Scroll of Speak with Animals. And kind of attached to it, it was like actually turned out to be a bunch of papers rolled up together. Behind it seemed to be a series of cheat sheets.
It's a cigar.
On how to use. Well, I mean, you could use it as a cigar. You can roll it up, yeah. But for the rest of you who don't want to smoke a cigar right now, you'll see a cheat sheet on how to use the scroll, even if you don't have innate magical ability to use that scroll.
You see, this is the point at which the complete arsehole in me desperately wants to refuse to use the scroll of talk to animals.
I know. I had that in mind, but we'll see how it plays out.
Well, I'll use it. Is there more than one? Like, can Kira do it too, or
no? There's just one. There's only one. Okay. Only one person can use this scroll.
Drusilla, you're a druid, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Does that mean I should? I don't know.
Well, that's kind of like an animal thing, eh?
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of stuff about animals.
Do you want to use it?
Sure. I reckon talking to animals would be cool.
All right. I look at the scroll and I look at the druid. I'm like, oh, here, it's for you. I pass it over.
I have no idea what's happening.
Nope. You figure you're probably standing there clueless and they're just talking to each other.
Fair enough.
All right. So
I will stand there and try to look commanding.
That's good. That'll make the sheep feel real at ease.
Well,
That's good.
I'll sort of point between the ladies and try to look like I'm suggesting things that they should.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like you're in charge of the situation. Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
And agree with their decisions. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nodding. Like yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. All right. So now Drusilla has the scroll of Speak with Animals. So what are you going to do with it, if anything?
I'm assuming that I can't use it yet. So can I?
I mean, you have a cheat. You have a cheat sheet, right? Attached to it, there is the scroll itself, and then there's a bunch of weird papers. Looks like hand-drawn cheat sheet notes on how to use it, which kind of simplifies the process. Basically says, hey, if you move your hands like this, say this weird word, you'll be able to use the scroll. It's kind of a weird thing like that. So
in that case, then I want to try and use it so I can talk to the sheep.
All right. Yeah, there's no check for that. But so you'll just instantly, you say, oh, I'm going to use this scroll. You do the weird hand movements, you do the weird words, and all of a sudden the scroll poofs out of existence along with the cheat sheets. They no longer exist, and the sheep start speaking to you. Everyone else hears like the normal sheep sounds, but you hear a normal kind of common or your native tongue kind of voice. Yep. Not necessarily in your head, but you can understand what they're saying. And sheep instantly says, oh, thank you so much. I've been at this for like a week and nobody's been used the scroll. Oh. All right. I got a lot to cover. I have like 10 minutes on this thing, so we got a lot to cover. Hi, I'm Althester. I am not a sheep. That's number one. Number two, my apprentice turned me into a sheep. That's two. Three, we gotta stop her and turn me back into a not sheep.
I'm going to lean towards Leiloa and say, should we join in?
And
Leiloa would. Yeah, she would.
Yeah. Bah.
Yeah.
You're both bad at the sheep?
Yeah. I feel like Laylola would definitely try to like ba at appropriate times, like she understands,
Oh, yeah, yes.
All right.
but she does
and-
not.
I mean, this druid seems to be pretending to have a conversation with the sheep, so let's join in.
Yeah, she would. Yeah.
The funny thing is that Drusilla is actually not speaking in sheep. Is just she's talking normally. Sheep's talking like a sheep, and they seem to have a conversation. Or if Drusilla is even talking back, but that's how this whole situation is playing out.
So we won't take the piss that hard then.
Okay, so the sheep has an evil apprentice.
Well, you want to have a conversation with the sheep, or like you ask questions, or just kind of.
I don't know. I guess I want to ask the sheep more about his evil apprentice and how we can take that person down and make sure they die.
Okay, he says, okay, I don't want her to die. I don't want my apprentice to die. That's a big no. I mean, she's still pretty young. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to just not be a sheep anymore.
Okay.
See, I'm
This sheep is boring.
how do What was
This
that?
sheep is boring me.
Okay.
And now
He's got an apprentice. Yeah, are you expressing that?
Well, how do you express that? You just gonna stop listening, or what?
No, I'll listen, but I'm less interested in the sheep now that he doesn't want to let me kill the apprentice.
All right, let me just do something real quick. All right, the sheep doesn't recognize that you're not interested anymore, so it's just going to keep talking normally.
Cool.
It's like, okay, look, my name's Althester. I'm a wizard. I have a home not too far from here that I do experiments in, and yeah, I have this apprentice named Litha that I took in, and out of the blue, she kind of turned me into a sheep. And I've been like this for a month. It's not fun eating my own lawn. It's not fun kind of pooping where I eat, because they kind of had small little pen. It was not great.
Why is the druid just staring at this sheep?
You gotta
lean into to lay lower again. Why? What's happening?
I see. The scroll I gave her said speaks with animals, but
She's not.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Did she get
I
high?
am listening to the sheep. Oh yeah, no, very high the whole time.
Sorry for going on.
Yeah, you're probably to everyone else. Your eyes are probably kind of like kind of rolling back a little bit because you're so bored with this conversation. But
Excuse me, Miss Druid. Are you very, very stoned?
Not as stoned as I'd like to be, Soz.
Do you need a glass of water?
No.
Okay.
I'd like the sheep to hurry up, and then we can work out what we're going to do. Because I may help the sheep still. I'm just less interested.
What? Help the sheep with what?
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, yeah, you guys don't know. He's actually a person that's like a wizard or something, and he had an apprentice that turned him into a sheep. And he doesn't want revenge on the apprentice. He just wants to not be a sheep anymore.
That sounds like a very unlikely story.
That's
I
what he
think
told
it's
me.
probably a sheep that's trying to scam us.
I mean, I also wouldn't want to be a sheep.
I wouldn't either.
Why
You get
did?
stuck in fences.
Yeah, why did the apprentice do this? Is he an asshole?
He sounds like an asshole, right? So I wanted to kill the apprentice as revenge, and the sheep has said no because
the apprentice
apparently
is the asshole, not the sheep.
Yeah, the apprentice.
Oh.
So apparently the sheep doesn't want the asshole to be killed, but he doesn't want to be a sheep anymore. So maybe we help him find the apprentice to turn him back. Maybe?
And the sheep told you this?
The sheep did tell me this. Bah.
All right, at this point, Alcester is like, okay, I don't have a lot. This scroll only lasts like 10 minutes, and we already used like, he checks a non-existent wash on his hoof. It's like 5 of those minutes. So let me skip to all the good parts that you might actually be interested in. All the weird things going on around here, that's my apprentice too. And I kind of maybe overheard that there was a kind of some money in it. Plus, I mean, I'm a wizard. I got stuff at my place. We can work something out if you guys help me out here. You know, I can kind of guide you where you got to go and tell you what you need to do, at least within the next 4 minutes at this point. So kind of have to hurry this up if we're actually going to do this.
Okay, so to recap to everyone else, the sheep wants to help, will give us money in exchange for helping him to save himself, but we have 4 minutes left of which I can understand him, and he'll guide us to the placey place and give us the advice on how to fix things, and apparently it'll fix up a whole lot of other screwy stuff that's been happening, so if you guys want to help, we can. Otherwise, I'll just go do it by myself because I want money.
Oh, there's money
I
involved.
assume the sheep's giving money. Yeah, the sheep made it sound like there's money in it. So let's go. Let's go.
Well, I hate to harp onto this, but the sheep made it sound like...
But did you want to take the animal scroll? Because you had that moment and that chance. You didn't take it. So nah.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, I'm a little leery on trusting these sheep that we've just met. But I like the odds of there being 3 of us and only 1 of this. So,
This apprentice.
sure, I'll go along.
I mean,
And
that is fair. If it turns out just to be a normal sheep who's trying to scam us, we are probably able to beat the sheep up.
Yes. And if
At the
there's
very
actually-
least.
Yeah.
And if there's actually something in it that the sheep's telling the truth, then maybe we can fix a whole lot of other weird, wacky
Sure.
stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
So,
Sure, yeah.
Can
I'm
we
in.
call it a mighty adventure?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
Right, the sheep looks around, is like, okay, you're good, you're gonna help me out, right? Okay.
Yep.
So first thing you're gonna want to do is, first thing is we're gonna need to go to the village, and I can point out on a map, where my house is. It's deep in the woods, so you're gonna need some direction in order to find it. But once we get there, I'll be able to point out that, and you just can't understand them anymore. That's it. Scroll
Okay.
or out.
So, the last the last language I understood from the sheep was him explaining that if we go to the village, he'll point out on a map where to go, where his house is, and we can go from there. But we don't have the speaking to animals thing anymore, so it may be more challenging, but I'm game if you guys are.
I'm still suspicious that this sheep apparently has a house.
He's a wizard. Like, he's not just a sheep, he's a wizard sheep.
If I talk, can the sheep understand me?
It seems like he can, because I wasn't barring at him and he understood what I said. So I think
Okay.
he understands what we're saying. I think it's just that we don't understand him.
What he's saying, right?
The sheep
Yeah.
kind of nods its head, like,
Oh, okay, great. So
Wait.
it can do that. I was going to suggest that it like baws twice for yes and once for no. But okay, great. Okay, cool.
Cool. So we can still communicate with the sheep. It just can't communicate back to us. But it did
Okay.
say it'll point out on a map where his house is.
Cool.
all right, so what are you guys gonna do? You gonna keep walking down the road, or are you gonna talk about anything else?
Well, I'm happy to keep walking down the road towards the village so that we can, get a payday. It sounds like we're gonna make some money.
Yeah.
It's always a positive. So let's go to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if everyone's in agreement, then you guys start walking down the road, and immediately you are called out to from the field where all the sheep were. It's like, hey, oh, another one got out. You got Jessup, Antwerp, come on, we got to get this other one back in the fence. I'm sorry, guys, and you'll see a guy run in, and same way the sheep did, kind of jump over the fence, kind of like side leap over, and he's like, all right, I'm sorry, folks, the sheep got out. It happens all the time. I'll just take this guy back with me, and he starts walking towards Althester.
This is
what are you guys gonna do?
Well, I don't really want to let him get away with the magic sheep.
Yeah. Lililla's gonna like stamp her javelin on the ground and be like, "This one is no sheep."
What? No, that's one of our sheep. We're surrounded by our sheep. This is our farm. What are you guys talking about? Are you guys trying to steal my sheep?
No, the truth is that I am the mighty Bernard Bloodbags, and my band of brigands here require this sheep, so this is now our sheep. We're keeping stealing it, and it can go easy or hard after that.
At this point, 2 other farmers have leapt over the fence and kind of are like backing up this guy. Is like, wait, you guys are sheep rustler? What?
No,
right.
I think to be fair, we're smuggling this sheep. It wants to leave.
It's a sheep. It's a sheep. It's our sheep. Give us back our sheep. And they all kind of pull out these pitchforks. They had like weird straps on their back. They kind of pull it out like a normal weapon and start holding it like they're like actually going to use it. It's like, give us back our sheep.
That's a very foolish decision you just made.
You just tried to steal our sheep. What are we supposed to do? Just give us back our sheep.
The sheep
Man, it's a sheep.
Yeah.
Willing to die over one sheep? You got so many.
Just because. All right, you know what?
We'll bring them back.
We'll bring him back.
What do you mean you're going to bring? Why do you even need our sheep in the first place?
We're gonna take him on an adventure.
Yeah. I'm like from the water. All my friends are pirates. We just need sweaters, man. I'm just gonna shear them, take the wool, get some sweaters.
I mean, we sell wool. We can sell you wool. That's kind of our thing.
It's not the same. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, give us back. Give us a bit right now, or we're gonna have to take care of this.
What
are you guys gonna do? You're gonna try to run?
Are you running?
I don't know.
I'm going to reach to my very, very empty purse and start counting what's inside it.
Okay. What are you doing? What are you doing? They're talking to you, Bernard?
Oh, to me?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the kitty, but don't mind me. Speak to my first in command, the dread pirate. Her. I have a fleet of pirates under my command, of which she is, number one.
He does. There's that. There's 3 farmers, you said?
Yeah, there's 3 farmers, all with pitchforks at the ready.
And this innocent sheep came to us for help, and far be it from us to turn away a cry of something. Bah. Yes.
All right. There's a couple things. First, you guys are pirates, but we're in the middle of fields. I don't see any pirate gangs.
Well, this is
or
where the
anything
sheep
else.
are.
Yeah, our sheep. And you guys are trying to steal it. The 3 of you weirdos randomly come here, try to steal our sheep.
No. How can we be stealing your sheep? We've never even touched it. It came to us. We started walking away.
Yeah, I'm trying to claim back my sheep, put it back in the pen, and you guys are walking. What? You know what? I'm done talking. You know what? Come on, guys. And they start approaching you.
All right. Yeah, I'm brandishing my javelin. I'm in the pose.
All right, so getting ready for a fight?
If they're willing to die over one sheep, I am willing to bring them to their death.
All right. And I guess roll initiative.
I am now convinced that she is a far better bandit than I am, and I'm going to let her take the lead.
That is a 15 for me.
Okay. Okay, 15.
What'd you get? A 1?
4.
Huh.
All in.
I've got a 4.
So you're taking the lead.
We'll see about that.
You know that if you kill Bernard in the first encounter, his brother will come back for vengeance. His brother Bernard, yes.
And
Julia's just suggested that in fact their brother is called Dernard.
Oh, of course. All right, and what's Drusilla roll? By the way, I don't think I heard that.
Yeah, what am I meant to be rolling for again? Sorry.
It's a D20, and it's to see which order of the fight you guys are going to be in.
Oh, I got 9.
9.
Mm.
And you may have a bonus to initiative as well. There'll be a thing on your sheet that has initiative.
Ooh, initiative? Where's my initiative? Initiative. I can't find it.
Not to worry.
You might not have one. I do for some reason. I don't know why.
I can't. Oh, initiative +1. So it's actually really big. I should have seen that.
Right.
I think that's 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10. So actually, the farmer that was like right up front is actually going to go first. So what he's going to do is he's going to kind of see that Leiloa is kind of the most aggressive one. So he's actually going to take his pitchfork and kind of jab at you. Okay, that is an 18 to hit.
Oh, it ties.
It ties? All right.
Yeah.
I don't remember how that works.
I think tie goes to the hitter.
The player.
The hitter. Okay. All right. So that is a 1. Let's see. 1d10.
For a pitchfork? Yikes.
Yep. It's a 2-handed pitchfork, 1d10 piercing damage, and he rolled a full 10.
Yikes.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Nope, not yet.
And actually, you're next.
Okay. I am. I perhaps should have thought about this. What I was gonna do.
I'd just like to check over my shoulder and make sure that the sheep is obviously gearing up for a fireball spell or something.
It's kind of more backing off, kind of trying to stay out of the fight and out of the way because...
But it's got glowing eyes, right?
No, it doesn't have anything special about it, honestly.
Fiery
It looks...
hooves.
Right now... Huh? No,
Fiery
no
hooves.
fire hooves. Nope, it looks just like a normal sheep. Looks like all the other sheep, so... Looks like every other sheep in that field.
Okay, I'm going to inflict wounds.
Okay.
Um.
Go ahead and guide me through that.
So it's a melee attack. I'm assuming I can reach him. Can I reach him?
Yeah, I mean, he came over and literally came over, jabbed you. So if that's the one you're aiming for, then yeah, you can reach him for sure.
Okay, so that is 22 to hit.
22. Okay, that hits.
Okay. No, that's not that dice. What's this one? That is 16 damage.
16 damage. Okay, you. Do you want to straight up kill this guy, or what do you want to do? He's just a lowly farmer. He has no armor. He's just cloth on his skin. So
Okay.
yeah. And then a bit muscly.
So I will do it non-lethally.
Okay.
And say, I am a cleric. I was trying to be like, I'm a person of God, but that's not right. I have decided to spare your life cheap. If you persist, I will continue to wipe you out.
All right. So the first farmer literally falls over, and like I said, he didn't do it lethally, but still unconscious. Like literally, you hit him pretty hard. So the other two are a little bit more wary, but they're kind of. They still. It's like I can't let these random people come over, and so they're gonna start hunkering down and kind of grouping up a little bit so they can kind of make this more of a group effort and try to get their friend out of there. Or secretly his brother, but I didn't tell you guys that. They're all brothers. It's a secret. All right, so after that, Drusilla, you're next.
I don't know. I don't really know how to do attacky things. I seem to be very smart and perceptive and not very violent. But I don't really know.
Let me have a look at the character sheet I built you. I might have missed bits. Oh yeah, I didn't give you any weapons.
Yay!
Okay, you ought to have a weapon. That's my bad.
Okay.
So, scimitar, any simple melee weapon, wooden shield, simple weapon, leather armor.
I'm just going to close the blinds while you guys are figuring that part out.
Sure, see, I have books.
What kind of plant are you growing there, Ty?
It is tomato plant. It's been growing for a bit, but still hasn't put tomatoes up yet.
Oh, just tell me about it.
I just repotted blue borage. One of my bridesmaids is a florist, and she got me seeds when she came down for my wedding.
Ooh.
And it finally grew big enough for me to repot it, and now it's outside.
Okay, Kira.
Still got dirt underneath my
Would you
fingernails.
rather be
Yes?
hitting things in the face from close up, or would you rather have a bow?
I'd rather have a bow.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to suggest that you have a short bow,
Yes?
which will do 1d6 piercing damage. I'll write this down somewhere. Now that's going to be a dex check, is it?
A what?
I'm just working out what you have to roll to hit things.
Ah.
Tyler, do you mind if I fudge this slightly just to make it... Tyler, do you mind if I fudge this to make it work a little bit?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm 100% certain this is entirely within the rules, but it'll be near enough. So what's your dexterity modifier, Kira?
+1.
Plus. Okay, so I think you get a +3 then, which means if you want to shoot somebody, you declare that you would like to shoot somebody, and then you roll a d20, add 3 to it, and find out whether or not you manage to hit.
Okay. All right. I want to shoot somebody. Yeah. Both. Either are all of the farmers armed, or are they all like in just normal clothes?
I mean, they're all in normal clothes. They're just brandishing pitchforks, like something they were using while out in the field, like pitching hay for the animals and stuff like that. That's all they have right now.
All right.
No like armor or anything.
Yeah, so they're not protected super greatly.
Nope.
I wanna shoot somebody. I don't want it to be lethal, but I'd like to wound them. And I rolled a 14 +3, so 17.
17? Yep, you can hit. So now you hit. Now you roll your damage.
So that's
How do I roll my
1d6.
damage?
Yeah, you roll a d6 dice.
5.
5. All right, you heard that. Let's see which. I guess it. Do you have like a specific target? They're kind of close together, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Same, I'll just same.
All right, so let's see that guy. All right, so one's looking. I mean, he's has an arrow in him, so he's like, kind of hurts, but he's not down yet. The other one's still running pretty strong. And next up is one of the farmers. First thing he's going to do, seeing that one of his friends or brothers like fell already, he's going to kind of tense up his muscles a little bit, kind of like prepare himself, like mentally, like hype himself up. Let's see. And he's going to give himself an extra 5 hit points because farmers have a feat called out endure them, or feat, whatever you have to call it, but basically they're able to give themselves a little bit of extra health points just because of how like rugged and how hard they work. They're pretty strong group of people.
The
but
reclaiming skill.
Yeah. So let's see. That's 5. That guy. And he, same thing as the other guy, he's gonna roll let's see, a 12. Let's see, does he have any? Yeah. So a D12. Does that hit you? I think they're gonna keep going for Layloa. Seems to be the most ready to fight. So.
Okay. And what was it? Sorry, a 12?
Yeah, 12.
No, that does not.
Okay, so he kind of jabs at you, but kind of like just kind of skirt out of the way. He's not really
I laugh.
that great. Yeah.
I laugh in his face.
I imagine he's not feeling too good, but he's still got that extra hit point, so he's like, all right, I'm hunkered down a little bit. Next up would be, let's see, actually the other farmer, and he, seeing what his brother did, he's going to do the same thing. He's going to get full 6. So that's actually going to bring him up to, let's see. And he sees that, all right, this weird water lady is not getting hit a whole lot. He got and already took one of our guys down. So he's going to actually go for Bernard. It's like, all right, that's a big hulking fella. I want to take him down. Seems pretty scary too. So he rolled a 17.
Blimey, that does hit.
All right, and that's 1d10. That's a 7. Take 7 piercing damage.
Right, ho.
And yep, and Bernard's next.
Okay, I was going to continue to offer you clemency, but, and he shall do, he's just going to go out with a 2-handed Warhammer attack to the guy who's just hit him.
Alright.
I think he's going to go into his barbarian rage, actually.
Ooh, alright.
I think getting hit that hard will do that.
Yeah, he just literally got pierced by a pitchfork, so yeah, I would imagine that it wouldn't feel too good.
Now, can I ask for an opinion?
Yeah.
Apparently, when he's in the rage thing, he gets advantages on strength checks.
Mm-hmm.
Does that include the to hit roll, which is based on strength, or not?
If it's based on your strength, like if it specifically says that your weapon uses this strength, your strength modifier, then I would say yes. But if it's just like, oh, I haven't.
Well, it's melee, so it's based on strength, whereas ranged is based on dex. It just doesn't make it explicit, so I didn't know whether maybe Bryn has encountered this before, or you have a strong opinion.
No, I mean it makes perfect sense to me to add your strength to it, because you're using strength to swing it. So
yeah, it's been a while, but I think when my barbarian raged, I allowed that too.
Take advantage for the to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that was a bad roll. That was very nearly as bad a roll. Okay, that's a 9.
A 9, it meets it.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was to hit, or that was the damage?
That was to hit.
Got the mix. Okay, to hit. Yeah, it meets his armor class.
Okay.
So let's see. Back to the top of the order would be Bryn.
Okay.
You have one guy who kind of hooked himself up. He got damaged by an arrow, but he kind of like ripped it out, and he's like, oh, and he's like kind of tensed up, and he's still ready for a fight. He's actually looking better than he did before he got shot, and the other one looks even better than him. Like they're both really in the moment.
Want to do that, or oh shit? Okay. I'm gonna ask why it's so important for this one sheep. Like, do you?
Why do they?
I touched your friend, and he pretty much just instantly died. It's a sheep. You have so many, and we have so little.
I'm going to have you... Let's see. I'm trying to think what that would be. I guess, yeah, as more of a persuasion. Yeah, so persuasion check.
Sure. Oh. Okay. 16.
16, all right. One guy is like, it's like, no, you knocked down our brother. You're trying to steal our sheep. He's like, no, I'm not having any of that. The other guy, The other guy's like, he kind of goes speechless for a second. He's like, well, I mean, it's all.
I already told you I was bringing it back. And he came to us. We didn't take it. We didn't go into your field. It came to us.
And he starts looking down at his brother. He's like, I don't. And you can tell he's starting to really question his decisions. So, you have at least one guy like kind of starting to pull back a little bit.
I turn to the sheep and I say, why didn't you just give them the goddamn scroll?
And
You could have
he kind of
walked
like,
out of this pen.
and he kind of rolls his eyes.
Yeah.
If it helps, I'm starting to look really quite insane in the background. I've just missed one of these guys with a big hammer, but there's a little bit of foam in the corner of my mouth, and it's going.
You can, on your turn, you could definitely roll intimidation. But so, is that going to be your whole turn?
No, I'm going to use my javelin on the one that is like not backing down.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that.
Oh shit, that's a 19. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, you definitely hit.
And that is a 7 for damage.
7. All right. 7. So yeah, he's kind of back to where he kind of was with the arrow. He doesn't have his muscles all tensed up as he did. He's kind of like, oh, jeez, starting to feel the pain again. It's like, no. Then that's your turn.
I think so.
Okay, then Drusilla, you're up next.
Are they still not backing down?
One guy is looking a little. One guy's hurt. He's looking a little hurt. The other guy's looking a little like he wants to back down, but he's kind of also not sure if he should. He's kind of questioning his decisions right now. You can tell.
Can I question whether or not it's really worth them possibly dying over this one sheep?
You can. Let's see.
Is that persuasion though? Because if that's persuasion,
yeah, that's more. Not sure if it's more intimidation or persuasion. I think it's more persuasion. So yeah, it's a persuasion check. So you have to roll a d20 and see what you get from that.
And then -2. Oh, I got 3.
3? All right. Well, you can always check what you got. One guy meets it. So let's see. And the other beats it. So I think they're kind of in the same spot they were before.
So there's still one guy that's uninjured, right?
Yeah, one guy looks actually. He's the one that looks the most questioning of the whole situation, but he's actually he looks like he's super healthy, like tensed up before. So he looks like he's like able to keep going in the fight, but he's still not entirely sure if he wants to.
Is he within my shooting distance?
Yes.
What? Yes. Okay. So can I aim it towards his like genitals just to teach him a lesson?
Yes.
You can definitely try.
Never aim high. You always aim low. Yeah.
Because I don't really want to kill him. So that's a d20, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, that's awful. I got 4.
Yeah, that misses. He kind of like jumps and does like a mini split as he jumps up in the air and he misses.
Nah, damn it. Well,
Yeah, so he's at this point he kind of like you just tried to tell me not to do that and you keep firing at me. Now he's super confused. He's like, what are you guys doing? So at that point, I think I think he kind of gets back into the fight with that fire at him. he's getting back pumped up. It's like, okay, these guys are just gonna keep shooting at us. So
Yeah. Oops.
I kind of want to tell the sheep to meet us at the pub later and just be like, fine, take him. He jumped over the fence once.
yeah, we'll see if you do that on the next turn. Next up is let's see. Yeah, so that was the more healthy one. He kind of snaps out of his like, okay, no, I want to take care of these guys. These are driving me crazy. Kind of sees Bernard kind of getting a little steamed back there, so he kind of wants to kind of avoid him for right now. He's going to actually go for Drusilla because you fired at him and you made him angry and ready to fight again. So he's going to go at you. Does a 10 hit your armor class?
My armor class is 11.
Okay, so he misses. All right, so
Can I
he swings.
just break in to say your armor class is actually 12 because you're wearing leather armor.
Oh.
So even better. So yeah, he tries his jab at you and he kind of like swings, like more like instead of jabbing, he's kind of like sweeps it and he just completely misses, like goes over your head. He's still a little confused, it looks like, but just kind of shakes it off. He's like, all right, I'm back. But his turn is over, and next up is the other farmer. And we have not discussed what a natural 20 does on a hit. Is that...
It means
should we do...
whatever dice you roll for the damage, whatever dice you roll, you double. So you roll... If it's 1d6 plus 4, say, you roll 2d6 plus 4.
Copy that. Let's see. So he's going to go back and try to hit Drusilla because keep shooting at them. So he's going to get, let's see. And so that'd be a 14 damage to you, Drusilla.
What does that affect? How
many hit points do you have?
Might be down and out.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Where are my hit points?
You have 6 of them.
Oh yeah, great. So I did.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that being this as our first game, he's not gonna outright kill you, but he is gonna take you out.
Yeah.
He's gonna make sure you're not in the fight anymore.
That's fair. I kind of deserve it.
Trying to shoot some guy's nuts off, thanks.
Shot him in the way.
Alright. Alright, and so now Drusilla just went down. She looks like she's still breathing, but she's still... she's not looking good. Okay, so next up is... looks like... yep, it's Bernard.
Okay. Have any of you seen Eric the Viking?
Oh my god.
No.
A long time ago.
Okay. It was just to try and describe what Bernard looks like when he's doing his barbarian rage, but it's not a problem. The way I see it is he missed his last big hit, but he's just basically going to keep swinging his arms back, down, around and over and come back for another big two-handed swing at whoever it is that just downed Drusilla.
Okay, yeah. This guy looks pretty hurt, so if you get a good swing at him, I doubt you'll not be able to take him out. So,
well, that's an advantage, so 17. That's 23 to hit.
Oh yeah, you definitely you. Oh yeah.
Yep. And damage is 5, 9, 11 bludgeoning.
Oh yeah, he's down. You want to kill him, or what are you doing? He just knocked down one of your friends. Then
Yeah, I think it's a big hammer straight in the top of the head. He's
all right.
Oof.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. He's bring down the hammer. His head just goes in slow motion. Go. Yep. And it's no longer has a head. Well, it's still there. It's just super flat and without a brain or any blood or anything. So he collapses on the ground, and the one remaining farmer looks at it. He's like, and he's kind of gagging a little bit because that was pretty gross. But he's kind of dumbfounded, but also super angry now. It's like, I want you guys dead. That's it. I'm killing you guys. Even though it looks bleak for him, it's like still two people that are really good ahead. He's still really in this fight.
Can I? Do I? I'll let this be your call entirely. Do I have the wherewithal, sort of on the come down from this splattery kill of his mate, to sort of bellow, "You can still run" at him?
Let's see.
As an intimidation sort of a thing.
I mean, you can definitely intimidate. I think that specific. It's like, I think you would probably be more in the adrenaline rush to be like, I don't think you would really say. I mean, this is your character, obviously, but just in my own headspace, it's think, okay, adrenaline rush. You just killed somebody. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh, you get out of here. It's like, but you can definitely intimidate him in every other way.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I when he's doing the rage thing, I'm happy enough for it to be somebody else's character because he's fundamentally not in control of himself.
True. I think a normal Bernard would probably say, like, you can still get out of here, but in rage form, he'd probably be more tacky and look more menacing than anything else.
Completely fine.
Okay, but you want to roll that intimidation then?
Yeah, may as well then. Oh, that's a 19 plus 4, so 23.
Oh yeah, he is definitely
Nice.
He's very happy he wore brown pants today. All right. So now he is utterly scared. He is not sure what to do anymore. His one brother's dead. The other's unconscious on the dirt. And back. Whoop! Drop my dice. It's back up at the top with Layloa.
Okay, so one's dead, one is unconscious, and the other one is just shit himself, right?
Yep. He looks super healthy, but definitely shaken now.
Okay. I'm going to kind of go in the same vein as Bernard and kind of be like, why are you still here? Are you that stupid?
Okay, you're going to roll intimidation also?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. That is a 16.
16. Yep.
Cool.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he drops his pitchfork and immediately just jumps over the fence, kind of waddles a little bit. He doesn't, it looks kind of uncomfortable, but yeah, he's out of there. He's running past all the sheep. Sheep kind of spread out while he's running through the field. And yep, you are out of initiative. That was your first encounter.
Way to go, guys.
Yay!
I almost died.
Ursula's still on the dirt.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bloody and not looking too great.
I
That's
can
okay.
do, what's it called? Spare the dying. So she can be at 0.
Okay, yep, that works.
Yep, sure. It's a cantrip. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, so
Okay.
instead of being, I should have done, would have been, no, actually it might have been the next round I would have to do it. There are death saving throws. I'll try to keep in mind when those come up, but Yeah, you didn't have to do one of those. You're back to 0, so you're just unconscious, but you're still lying in the dirt. Kind of
That's fine
hurt.
with me.
Well, it's
So-
not fine.
It's not
Come on,
fine.
we gotta drag you.
Well, I mean, it's not my problem that you guys have to drag me.
Yeah.
Soz.
I could do healing word.
You could. Yep.
Then you know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to cast healing word
All
on
right.
Is that just
creature
you
of your
don't wanna drag me?
choice.
So, yep, Drusilla, you're trying to heal up Drusilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I have anything else? No. I'm trying to see if there's one that will cure me and Drusilla, but it looks no.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think those group ones are a little higher level. I think.
Yeah, they're-
I don't know the game obviously super well, so
Yeah,
but I'm pretty
no,
sure.
I think they're later. Okay, creature you touch regains number of hit points equal to 1d8. That's not that one. That is this one. 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier. Okay. Oh shit, that's an 8. Plus
Nice.
spellcasting modifiers plus 2, so 10.
All right, so that pretty much bring you back up to full, Drusilla.
I don't know. What is it meant to be?
What's your total?
My,
Hit points.
Is my total hit points? Oh, I needed 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you're super healthy. You basically jump back up to your feet and you're feeling 100% again.
Awesome. Thank you.
So in the background, Bernard hasn't really come down yet, and he's using the remainder of his rage on his javelin wound, which he is now trying to punch until it goes away.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't sound like the best idea.
So you're gonna. I don't think I want you to roll damage because you probably just. I don't know what to do in that situation.
In my adventurer's kit, I think I've got rope, right?
I believe so.
I probably do. You know what? No. I have a shield. What? I have a shield?
Wait, what? Man, you're decked out.
Yeah, no, water genasi can, like, wear some shit. I have a shield. How do I... Oh, I'll have to deal with that later. Yeah, so I have a shield, so I'm gonna, like, be like... Just, like, kind of block him a little bit, be like, hey. Not
You
gonna-
gotta kind of nudge him with your shield.
Yeah. Wait, I've got
I have a
manacles.
question.
Your manacles.
Why do I have
Okay.
manacles?
I don't think we want to know right now. I mean, maybe some of us do, but
Oh.
okay. But so, you guys do anything about Bernard, or are you just gonna let him?
I
Well,
think
I-
somebody
Take care of
being
himself.
vaguely nice to him will start bringing him down. It was just
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of
I'll
nudging,
swat his hands away.
like, no, stop it, and then just kind of nudging you with her shields, like, hey, calm down, and you'll kind of slowly, kind of deep breaths, kind of go back to, yeah, wheezy deep breaths like that, and Bernard is back to normal,
Bernard.
and you guys are good to go. So, anything else you guys want to do before?
I have a question.
Yep.
On my spell casty thing sheet, I have speak with animals.
Do you have it
Does that mean
currently?
that I don't know.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
does
so, yeah.
that mean
You have it first
does
level,
that mean
really?
that I can still speak to the sheep?
I mean, if you have it, then yes.
Yeah, it's a first level divination. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what
So
goes
we still can
into
speak to
doing
the
that.
sheep? I don't either, but I mean, I was just wondering because I mean, at least now we know we can get more answers out of him if we need to.
Yep, you can definitely do it
It's
more.
really helpful.
Yeah, I'm not sure like what goes into that spell, like how often you can cast it, but yeah, you can definitely use it to speak with. I keep forgetting his name. Althester. There we
That
go.
brings up a question, actually, that we ought to cover to some extent. Is there are sort of extra rules for magic if you choose to use them. So, speak with animals is actually a divination ritual. So, in theory, if you use all of the rules, you need to have ingredients and time and
Yeah.
other bits and pieces. Now, it's Tyler's choice as to whether or not we use those rules. Our games tend not to, because it's just more stuff to keep track of.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's your choice. As it is, you have 2 spell slots, Kira, which means you can cast 2 spells at first level at the moment, between long rests.
Yeah. So that's the speak with animals and whatever Thunderwave is.
Thunderwave, yeah.
That would
And
be
then
really
can-
handy.
Like a big explodey hurting lots of people spell.
Why didn't I know that before?
I don't know. Just trying to shoot people in the nuts with an arrow instead.
Yeah, apparently I went with that one. And cantrips don't require like spell thingies, do they? You
No.
can use like,
You can just do
except
those,
they're
yeah.
kind of okay, cool. So I can always start a bonfire whenever we need it.
Sweet.
Oh,
It's super hot right now, so I don't think you want to do it
Yeah.
yet. But
And I've got a water spell.
Yay!
So.
I've got a hammer.
good. Okay, good. All right, so we have all the bases covered. You guys should not have any issues on this adventure whatsoever then. All right, sweet. All right, so what's up next for you guys? You guys just going to keep continuing on, or are you guys doing?
Well, I think the first thing that's going to happen is Bernard is going to stomp back and look at the messy headless corpse that he's created.
Yeah, let's loot it.
All right, you guys want to loot? You want to loot it?
Well, no, it's Bernard's kill.
Not a bad idea.
Gotcha.
Kill.
It's my kill. You might derive the notion that I feel a bit bad about it.
Oh.
So were we not looting it?
Loot
I mean,
it.
is it pretty obvious that you're not feeling good about it? Like, it's pretty obviously on your face. They don't have to like roll anything to see it.
Oh, it's not going to take much for them to realise. No.
Okay.
Aww.
He's
right.
he's far younger than he probably would like you to believe him to be.
Mhm.
Hey, bud. We gave him a chance.
Okay.
We told him to just let us go.
And
They kept persisting.
They did try to kill me. Like,
Yeah, they almost killed me.
unconscious, So
So I
it was kind of their
protecting
fault.
my
It's not
crew.
your fault. Yeah, you were protecting your crew. Good
Like a
human.
good captain.
I mean, not human. Good person. Yeah.
Okay.
I pat him on the shoulder. There.
Okay.
Okay.
When I pull my hand away, it's a little wet.
Good thing you have those water spells you can use to wash your hands.
Thank you, Commodore. He tries to pull himself around, and thank you, Commodore.
Aye.
All right, so you're gonna just kind of feel a little better. What was about
Yeah,
that?
he'll try and cope with it.
You're gonna say something?
Have we still got the sheep?
Yeah, she's still there. It's kind of like grossed out by the splattened head, but it's still there with you guys. He's just kind of walking up to you guys now that the fight's over.
Yeah, so he's coming back now that the bad farmer mans have gone.
And he kind of shakes his head like, "Bah." So you can't talk to him right now until you cast a spell. So he's just like,
I'll
Nah.
fix the sheep with a actually really quite cold look, and just tell him, "You'd better be worth this." And then, stomp off down the road and leave my excellent bandit crew to loot the bodies.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
all right, so you
I'm
guys
in the
leave-
pockets.
Okay. These are farmers, so they don't really have a whole lot.
Okay.
They have their pitchforks if you want to take those. They're just a 1d10 piercing damage. You can throw them too if you want to do that, but that's it for weapons
I
and
want
stuff.
a pitchfork.
You want a pitchfork?
Yeah.
Okay, you can take one of the pitchforks, or you can take both pitchforks if you want to.
No, I'm taking the other one. It's better than my javelin.
All right, so you can both take a pitchfork. Wow, it's better than your javelin, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, but yep, it's a. Let's see. Let me go back to the previous screen. So yeah, it's a two-handed 1d10 piercing damage weapon. Can be thrown. Let's see, 30 feet. 30 feet. I believe is the distance you can throw it with max damage. I think anything up to 80 feet, you throw it, you can still hit, but it's going to be diminished damage, I think. Something along those lines.
I think that's standard throwing weapon stuff, isn't it? It's a 60,
something along those lines.
Something like that.
But, yep, you both can get one of those. Stu just line. Actually, there's three because the other guy threw his down, so you can have all three if you wanted.
No.
Unless you want to leave one for him to still do farming after he cleans his pants and cleans up his brother and get the other one checked out.
Bernard already left?
Mm-hmm.
Have you already
He's walking down the road while you guys are doing this.
Oh, so do we want to yell out and ask him if he wants a pitchfork?
Do whatever you want.
Do you want
Are we yelling to the other farmer or are we yelling to the sheep?
No,
Who are we
we're
yelling
yelling
to?
to Bernard.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Bernard.
gone off on his little
Have a
sad
trophy,
moment.
my man.
Yeah,
My good captain.
have a pitchfork.
Okay, I'm going to stomp back in the direction of all of the mess, and I'll take this pitchfork out of Drusilla's hand. What I want to do is stab it down into the ground in a sort of easily obvious place and tie a little pouch around the top of it with an amount of money that I can actually reasonably spare, which probably isn't very much.
Oh wow, you're a very kind. Yeah,
Stupidly so.
you're too
yeah.
kind. Yeah.
But you know, it's his way of trying to make some sort of reparation.
For the sheep or for the dead people?
Yes.
All right, so you leave this pitchfork with a couple gold pieces. You can take out however much from your personal.
Yeah, I never worked that out.
Sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't remember how much barbarians usually carry. I think there's like a whole sheet for it, how much each class carries, but.
Do you want me to work it out so you have a number?
I mean, it's more for your sheet. It's.
Okay, I'll work it out offline. It's fine.
Yeah, you guys can kind of work that out on your own. I'll leave managing your character sheets and your equipment, all that stuff, up to you guys, so you guys can keep track of all that. Because I'm still new to this, so I'm definitely gonna be overwhelmed if I have to try to figure out all these guys and then try to manage all your stuff as well. So, all right. So, yep, he just left some money on a pitchfork. Anything else? I mean, you guys are still looting, correct? You didn't just stop at the pitchforks, right?
No, I'm still going.
Okay, yeah. Each one of them only had like 5 gold pieces on them. So it's a total of 10. Yeah, they had basically nothing on them. They were just out working in the field. I mean, they have some sweaty clothes, some straw hats. One's a little gross.
And flattened?
And flattened and bloody and, yeah, covered in all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm good with
Yeah, I'm
just a
taking the money.
pitchfork.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay, so you just got 10 gold pieces. And, yeah, that's all you got. And pitchforks, obviously. All important pitchforks that are somehow better than javelin. All right. So we got that. And anything else?
No, I'm just waiting to leave the scene.
Okay. Other 2.
Oh, look, I'm happy to keep moving towards the village so we can deal with this sheep problem.
Yeah, same.
All right. You start walking, and Althester is right behind you, just trotting along. He's kind of a little more wary of Bernard because he kind of got scolded for being a sheep. But yeah, he's just kind of following along. Bad sheep. He's kind of got his head down. And yep, you guys keep walking. About an hour later, you are at the village of Howlistrum. It is basically nothing to write home about at all. There's houses. You can tell there's some like older people, a couple younger people probably working the farms, just coming in from working all day, and don't really see a whole lot. All you can tell is that there's kind of 3 paths. It kind of makes a weird like shape. Like if you picture like a medical image of lungs, it's kind of like one thing down the middle and then 2 arching around the sides. And that's kind of all the roads in this town. It's just 3. When you first walk in, you're coming up from the south. So you're going to be able to see all those little branching paths. Straight down the middle, you'll see at the end of the road a well and a larger house, or larger building, I should say. All the other ones kind of look indistinguishable, except for one on your right. It kind of has a big stone chimney. And kind of on your right, there's a little building with a sign out front. You can't really read it from where you're at right now, but that's what you see when you first walk into the village. Doesn't look like much of anything's here.
The blacksmith on the right. This big building at the end, does it look like it's an inn or something?
It doesn't look like an inn. It doesn't look like this place really has an inn. It looks like more of a... Can't really tell what it is. It doesn't have any distinguishing markings. It just looks like a bigger building.
Okay, and sorry, how far did you say we'd gone since we murdered innocent farmers?
About an hour, I'd say.
Okay, so they're probably not going to be immediately missed by their families in the village.
Probably not yet. No. So you have some time before anyone even knows that happened.
Didn't the sheep say that there was a map somewhere in the village that we needed to find so that we could work out where the sheep's home is?
Yep. You said you guys need to go to the village and find a map so we can point out where his house is.
So is everyone happy if we start looking for a map, or do we want, like, I don't know.
I think Bernard started trying to sort of recast what happened as being part of his great and epic legend, and will suggest good plan number 2.
Awesome.
All right. So how you guys want to start looking for this map? You gonna ask people? You gonna talk to anyone? You just gonna go knock on doors? You're gonna look around? What are you guys doing?
I feel like you said there was an inn, so the map's probably there. That's like, I don't know.
It's not necessarily an inn. It's more of just a big building you see at the end of this road right in front of you.
I made an assumption that the stone chimney was a blacksmith. But, I mean, that's just a guess.
Yeah, let's bum around. Laylola's going to go to the well, though.
Okay. So you're going to just go straight in front of it. It's literally right in front of the big building. So, yep, right in front of the big building. There's a little bit of a wider path. It's a weird circle around this single well right in the middle.
Okay. Does it look like a communal well, or is it like belonging to the house or something?
No, it looks like a communal well. It's the only well you can see in this entire village. So it looks like everyone just you'll see a couple people come over with buckets, bring it, like, put it down in the well, bring it back up, and just bring it back to wherever their houses are.
Cool. Yeah, I want to scope that out.
All right.
I
You're
might
just
actually
gonna...
go along with you and see if I can get some water to clean my javelin wound.
Yeah.
All right, so you're just checking out the well, or, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so what she wants to do is she wants to take a drink from it, but she's going to, like, sniff it to make sure.
Okay.
Quality.
All right, then roll an investigation check.
Oh, that was loud. Investigation. Oh, shit, that's a 21.
21?
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely a well.
With a 21, you can definitely tell, okay, this is good water. I mean, everyone's drinking from it. Nobody looks sick. So that looks, on that end, it looks really good. You also see some shiny sparkles at the bottom of the well. Can't really tell what it is because it's pretty deep down there, but it looks like something shiny is at the bottom of the well.
Is there like
There's something sparkly, I should say.
Like a
You
wizard.
kinda,
Let's take a look at this.
Is there a sort of public bucket that I can use to draw some water up?
yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like there's one attached to the well, but it also looks like some people have their own bucket just to bring back to their houses. So they'll kind of drop the bucket down the well, kind of bring it back up, and then pour it into their own bucket to bring
I
back.
left my bucket in my other trousers, so I shall use the public
Of course.
bucket just to bring some
Okay.
up and
You
start getting cleaned up.
Yep, you can crank down other bucket, goes down, plops in the water, fills up with water, and you can crank it back up, and you have bucket of water.
Cool.
It's still attached to the rope, so obviously it's still part of the well, but I mean, it's up to you what
I'm
you
not
do.
taking it anywhere, I just need to use
Yeah.
the water, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know what it
Sure.
looks like. Okay.
Okay, so
So-
I'm... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So I'm going to cast Shape Water. It's a cantrip. I can change the water's color or opacity.
Okay.
Can I make it more clear so I can see the bottom?
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely it's a little not murky. It's not like dirty water, but it's still
Yeah.
kind of deep down there. It's kind of harder to see, but messing with the opacity of the water, you can get more sunlight into it and more clearly see down into the well. And what you see at the bottom are just a couple copper coins. That's literally all that's down there. Yeah. It's not a whole lot of fancy anything down there, but
Yeah, no,
just
that's
some coins.
okay. Yeah, so she's going to take a sip.
Okay. Yep.
And she's going to, like, use the bucket as, like, it was like a wine glass. Kind of swirl it around, sniff it. Nice legs. And have a sip.
All right. Yep. It tastes like good, clean well water. Nothing crazy about it. Just normal water from the ground.
I'll
Cool.
point out that it probably has traces of Bernard blood in it.
Mm.
Tastes pretty gross now.
Or really good.
Wait, is it Bernard blood or farmer blood? Because
Bit
they're
of both, I suppose, actually. Yeah.
okay. Then were you hit, Bernard?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I was quite badly injured.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you taste a little bit of blood, but otherwise, like the water itself is fine.
Cool.
And from the taste, you can't tell if Bernard has any diseases, but it doesn't seem like it.
I could roll medicine.
You can if you want to. You can roll medicine right now and check if Bernard has any diseases or anything
Okay.
you should worry about.
I've
drinking
got
his
a pretty good advantage or proficiency in that. Oh no, that's an 8 plus 4. That's 12. So
12. All right. I'm going to leave that to you, Bernard, if she senses anything from tasting your blood.
I can't imagine that she would, no.
All right, then, yep, you just taste blood. You just taste normal, everyday blood that, you've tasted 1,000 times before, obviously. being battle hardened, it seems, because you were pretty brutal back there. But yep, you drank from the well and you feel hydrated, which is good. You should always hydrate. And that's it.
Cool. Yeah, let's bum around.
Okay, where do you want to go? At this point, I'm gonna just point out, because if Drusilla, did you also go to the well? Or you?
No, I just
No?
kind of
Okay.
stood around and watched.
Okay, so Drusilla is kind of at this entrance at the south side of the village. You two are kind of more in the upper middle. So if you guys turned around, then what I described earlier kind of be in the opposite. So on your left would be the building with the big chimney, and on the right would be the building with the weird sign that you can't read from this distance.
Oh, I missed
Go to
that.
the-
Okay.
Yeah, I missed that too. Guess I go to the sign.
When you
Okay.
say can't
Yeah.
read, is that because it's in a foreign language, or
No, it's just the distance. It looks like a smaller sign, nothing like somebody handmade it. So it's kind of just smaller and just hung up there on the building. So you guys go into that?
Can maybe, yeah, because they might have a map, or at least know where we can find one.
Okay, so yep, you go to that building, and as you get closer, you can finally read the sign. It's just smaller letters, so it just says general store. So you found the general store in this village. It's literally the same size as any other building. It's almost looks a little smaller, so can't imagine it has a whole lot in it, but you're free to check it out.
Captain? Can you read that font?
Yeah, it just says it's a general store, so
Oh yes, I see. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. I mean, it's not like the kind of lavish extravagance that I'm sure you're used to, fellow captain. But it should be. It should have something that we could stock up. They might have some supplies.
They might have a map.
Probably a map.
All right. So you guys going inside then?
Sure.
Yep. Okay.
I literally
Then
thought he said no, and I was like,
I thought he said nope, but I assumed yes. So I'm gonna go with it anyway. Okay. No. Yes. No.
I
No.
meant yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yep, you open the door, and there's not a whole lot to see in here. I mean, on both walls, there's some bins. Basically, it has random assortments of, on one side, kind of more general like items that you'll use, like rope or maybe some nails, some stuff like or even like just general stuff that the villagers and farmers use on their day-to-day business. So nothing too crazy. On the other side, some dried meats, different rations and foodstuffs. Yeah, that's pretty much all you see. It's not well stocked in whatsoever. In front of you is kind of a long counter lining the whole back wall, and behind it you'll see a man, a woman, and the woman's holding a small baby. That's what you see. And they'll see you come in, and it's like, oh, hello, welcome to the general store. You kind of see that it's a weird assortment of people, weird mermaid lady, a tree, kind of like a weird person with plants all over them, and then a big hulking guy with a hammer on his back. So
And
they're a little intimidated.
tip the brim of my hat to them.
And with that, the gentleman kind of bows his head a little bit, still a little wary, but it's like, okay, hello, welcome to our store. Can I help you with anything?
Well, I have to admit, we were wondering if you do you have a map of the surrounding area at all?
A map. Let's see. What? I don't think we have anything of that sort. We don't really you don't really have a cartographer or anything to kind of give us a plethora of maps to give out. So,
maybe,
Do you know where we'd find one?
Well, I was just wondering if a piece of paper and a pencil, maybe you could sketch us something rough.
I mean, we could sketch you the village if that will help, but I mean, the surrounding area is kind of out of our territory. We kind of haven't traveled too far.
Do you know if there's a map that includes the surrounding area anywhere, even if it's just somewhere around the village and we have to look at it there? Is there one at all?
Were you trying to say something, Bryn?
No. Like
Okay.
here you go.
Okay. Then they'll be like, let's see. The only place that I would think that would have anything like that would be at the meeting house. I think Elder Carl will probably have something along those lines. He keeps all kinds of stuff in there, but yeah, I think that's your best bet. I'm not sure if he has a map, but sounds like your next best place to look.
Would you be able to point us in the direction of the meeting house, please?
I'm sure. He kind of walks around the counter and follows you out the door, and he kind of points down the road at the big building at the right near the well. It's like, yep, that's the meeting house. That's where all the town or the village meetings take place. That's also the house of Elder Carl. Yep. And it's like, can I help you with anything else?
I'm good.
Okay. What?
Maybe some a bandage or some clean cloth or something that I got a bit wounded out on the road, and I was.
Oh, and he looks down. And is like, oh my. Okay. Yes, certainly. We have plenty of bandages inside. We have plenty of cloth that we can use. He kind of gestures back inside, and on the wall with all the rope and various items, there is some various lengths of cloth that he has up for sale. And plenty of them you can use for bandages. Like, I promise they're clean. We made sure they were clean before we set them out, so you should be able to use these as bandages if you need them.
Excellent, thank you. Oh, my cat's just turned up. Right, I'm going to go to try and pay for the bandages that I use. I don't know if anybody else, either of the other two are in there, but it'll turn out I have no money left.
Okay.
Everything I had, I left on the pitchfork out on the road. So I'm going to have to ask if maybe my treasurer, and I'll signal vaguely towards both of them to let them decide. Possibly my treasurer might be able to slip enough money to pay for the bandages.
He kind of eyes you over. Is like, okay. Well, it's 5 copper per roll of cloth, and these are not like super long, but they're plenty to make a bandage out of. So it's 5 copper per roll if one of you wants to handle that.
Did we get gold pieces or did we get copper pieces from the farmer?
You had gold. You had 5 gold, but I won't have you kind of break it down. It's basically trying to think how it's usually broken down. I think copper is basically like a penny. It's 1/100th of a gold. So there's copper, and then there's silver, and then there's gold, and then there's platinum, I think.
Yeah.
Something along those lines, yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty damaged myself. Like I'm in need of some healing as well. I'm going to try to see if they can't work out like a cheaper rate. Because I am so damaged and Bernard's really damaged, and also my background is the haunted one. So those that look into your eyes can see that you have faced unimaginable horror. And though they might fear you, commoners will extend every courtesy to do their utmost to help you, unless you show yourself to be a danger to them. So I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna roll a persuasion and be like, hey, clearly we're not from around here. We ran into some trouble.
All right. I'll have you roll.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Do bandages actually heal anything?
I will have them heal you a little bit.
I appreciate that. That's really cool of you.
Trying to think how to properly, let's see. Just look up bandages.
I assume they wouldn't, in fact, but if they do, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna have them healed. I'm just gonna see a general idea of what they should see. I'm gonna actually, I'll have them do, one round of bandaging, so can't just like stack it on, but whenever you bandage, it's gonna be 5. I'll do 5.
Oh, cool.
Hit points. Yep, because you're taking care of the wound, you're cleaning it, you're making sure it doesn't get infected, so yeah. Okay, so I'll do 5.
Cool.
So, and you want to roll persuasion, and with your, does that give you automatic advantage on persuasion checks?
I don't know. It's up to you.
I think that makes sense to me. Makes persuasion easier, so I'll give you advantage on that with your ability.
Oh, thank you.
I know, I'm
Really
so nice. I know.
You're very nice.
I'm a nice guy. I know. I'm gonna be so jaded. I'm gonna be so mean to you guys.
So my first roll was a 12 plus 3 for 15. Second one was a 10 plus 3 for 13, so 15.
All right, 15. Let me just see what they.
And I'll give like a little, like, because I've got like barnacles on my skin. I'll like pop off a barnacle and be like, "Here for the baby. It's a toy."
They're a little weirded out by the barnacle, but they still like, you know what? They look into your eyes. They're like, "Oh, all right. We can go down to like, I guess 3 copper per bandage or roll of cloth, I should say."
That sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, so how many rolls of cloth are you going to get?
I'm taking 2 for myself.
Okay.
How many do you need?
I was thinking
Vernon?
I'd probably use 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
4.
Okay, so I'm going to give them 12 copper and take that out of your character sheet, if you even have it marked down.
I do have it marked down. I'm just trying to figure out where it is. I just saw it.
That I could, while Leiloa is paying, I can reach in and get another 3 copper out and add that to the pile.
Okay.
Which is incredibly cheeky because I'm reaching into somebody else's purse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of up to her how she reacts to that, but.
So you're stealing You're stealing from me?
Very openly. As you're paying, I'm just trying to add another 3 copper onto the final price.
Oh, okay, so you're bringing it up to 15.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
You can stop
right.
It's perfectly reasonable.
You're taking 4 and they're... Yeah, no, I'll let you. That's fine.
I will look grateful at you when you let me. Kira suddenly looks like a music video.
I know.
I'm just relocating.
Yeah, you do look like a music video.
Or a horror movie.
Okay, so then I get to heal. Perfect. I'm very excited. That was in a bad way. Now she looks like she's in a found footage haunted video movie.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
It's just like fucking paranormal activity back there. It was
Nope. Can you still hear us, Kira? Did we lose her?
Seems like I might have done.
Alright. Let's see. See if we can message her. Oh, there she goes. Okay.
Did I fix it? No?
I mean, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
You
Well,
can't
that's
see
half the
you,
start.
but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting to see me.
Oh, okay. Still in the
think
dark
it's-
anyway.
Yeah, it's too dark.
All right. Well, they just got bandages, so
Since this is
anything else you guys?
a vague natural break, is everyone happy? All having fun? Any
Yep.
problems?
I'm having fun.
Good.
Yeah, and I said this before, but this quest is not going to be super long. But if you guys need to stop for whatever reason, we can keep going another weekend. But is whenever you guys are good, or we can just continue to the end.
I'm good for a bit more.
I'm good for a
I'm
bit
good
more,
for
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Okay. Then anything else you want to do at the general store?
Well,
I'm good.
Okay, so you
I'm
just
good.
okay. Just gonna head out then, and where are you gonna go to next?
I guess the meeting place, right?
You gonna go to the meeting house?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and yep.
Well.
Back
Sorry.
up the road.
My cat's being a dick.
Oh.
And so Ted's yelling at him.
Yep, you walk up the same road you came down from the well, pass by the well, and you're in front of this big building. Has double doors around the front there, and you can kind of knock or open them, or whatever you want to do. What you can do.
Oh,
You got windows on the front of the building too, so if you want to just peek in, you can do whatever you want.
No, we're the local bandit overlords, so I think we just open the front door.
All right, so you're just opening up the front door. You step inside and don't see a whole lot. There's some. It almost looks like pews. There's just rows of these benches, presumably because it's the meeting house, so they have places where everyone can sit. Doesn't look like a big building, but there's not a lot of people in the town. So they probably get the heads of the families and just have them sit down there and chat about everything. In the front, you see kind of almost these rows of dressers, and sitting at a desk facing the front door is an old man. He's got a long white beard, and he's kind of just scribbling in a book. Don't know what about, but it hasn't seemed to notice you yet.
Safe for me to assume that this is a church?
You can assume whatever you want.
Okay, that's
Yes.
fair. I could.
So you can think whatever you want. You don't see any things, but it could be used for a church. You're not entirely sure what the situation is there.
Okay.
So
Um,
lost Matt for a second there, so we'll just hold off until it gets back.
Sure.
It's hot in here, man.
Oh, it's not hot here yet, thank God.
It's cold.
What's your temperature, Kira?
Let me check.
I'll check
my
mine.
phone
We'll synchronize.
Woo. Uh-oh. That's not right. Okay.
I'm sorry, I am now just going to have to concentrate on waiting for something to sneak up behind Kira.
Was that you cut out a little bit there?
I was just apologising that I'm only going to be able to concentrate on waiting for something to sneak up behind Kira.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's 12.7 degrees.
Get out.
Cool.
It's 12 degrees here, too, girl.
It's also
Yeah.
raining.
Oh, it's not raining here. It's quite bright.
Today was really warm, actually. It was kind of bizarre.
Yeah, we've been plus 30 for the past couple of days.
Ugh, that's too hot.
It's this afternoon. That's rough.
That is rough.
It's a lot in Fahrenheit.
Non-Americans and your non-Fahrenheit
Wait,
heavyweights.
hold on.
Celsius makes so much more sense. I'm sorry. But
I'm not
26
having this
times 1.8.
I'm not having this discussion right now. Not right now.
So apparently 26 is about 79 degrees Fahrenheit.
See, Fahrenheit just sounds scary.
That sounds scary.
It does. The numbers go so
Window.
high.
It's like 66 here. Like, I'm going to open the window. It's hot in here.
Alright. So I may have forgotten. What are we doing?
So we're in the meeting house. There is a bunch of pews. There is an old guy with a beard scribbling something in a book.
Yep.
And we're all just kind of waiting, I guess, because he hasn't noticed us. And as like a cleric, I'm kind of like, oh, this is clearly a church because there's pews. It's clearly a chapel.
I think we should...
Bernard's kind of
stand there
establishing himself as
uncomfortably
like
for
the
5
leader.
minutes,
Apparently, I'm really
Yeah.
good at perception.
and then
That help?
comically clear off.
I don't know.
All right.
So,
So
I
you
think
guys-
that since Bernard opened the door and kind of like busted his way in, and leader, you should
Yeah.
Yeah.
take charge.
Are you going to kind of,
I will...
Bernard?
Yeah, I'll walk up towards the desk and be surprisingly meek considering how I opened the doors. And sort of wait to see if this guy with the imposing beard actually notices me.
I have this mental image of you just like full on kicking the door open and just being like, "Hello."
Yeah, pretty much.
If you're actually like slamming open the door, then that changes things. So
Oh, he's
instead
not
of just
slamming it open. No, it's just he's opening it like he belongs there.
okay, so yeah, no slamming. Then he hasn't noticed you, and you say you're approaching the desk.
Yep.
So he's just gonna jotting something down in on a blank page in a really thick book. Just jotting away, and he kind of just stretch a little bit, and he notices he's like, "Whoa!" He's like, "Oh, hi." Excuse me. Can I help you?
I hope so. Yes. Local intelligence suggests that you might have a map of the local area in here.
Yes, we have several. I mean, what do you need it? Do you need it for?
I would like it so that I know what the surrounding area is like.
I mean, we have maps of the East.
Can we just have
Hang on.
all of them?
Sorry, one moment. Let me go and fetch my sheep. And I'll
He looks at
I'm kind of
you.
waiting for this.
He looks at you and is like, "Oh, okay."
I've already turned round and gone to get the sheep.
He just sits there, folds his hands, and pulls his thumbs like, "Okay."
I'm hoping that I can persuade the sheep to return to the building with me.
All right. So, well, he's right behind you. He didn't go inside.
The sheep.
A sheep. Yeah. So, but he has followed you guys through town, and he hasn't gone in the buildings. I think kind of.
I'd like to try and usher the sheep in so that, you know.
Okay. If he's invited, then he'll follow you in and kind of approach him.
Okay. So I'll turn back to the beard. Yeah, we're involved in an epic quest of magic, and my friend here, the sheep, wants to show us somewhere in the local area. So possibly you could explain the types of map that you have, and when the sheep makes a sheep noise, we'll know we've hit jackpot.
We'll look at it.
Okay, well, to the east, and as soon as he says east, the sheep nudges you.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a sound, but I think the sheep likes east. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. A map to the east, then, please.
Okay. He goes into one of the dressers, and it turns out it's just books and scrolls and kind of. And he's like, here it is. And he pulls out this long scroll and he rolls it out. Then
Bryn, do you need to
kind
go to
of
bed?
folds it over, and it's big old map of the. It's just a huge woodland right to the east of town, and seems to a bunch of trees, but for whatever reason they had a map of it to show a little path cut right through it.
Okay, so
And
is it on a
so-
table or?
yep, it's right on his desk, so she kind of trots up to it. Old man's like a little weird, but she kind of goes up and
I'll look sort of uncomfortable because I recognise how weird it is, and I'll sort of apologetically say, "Magic Quest."
and the old man's like, here for the weird magics that happen like at night and the weird people showing up in the farms. Is that why you're here?
Yes, let's say yes.
Yes.
Yes, weird people. What
Oh.
weird people?
Okay, that makes so much more sense. Okay. Someone was going to finally show up for that stuff. And while he's talking, the sheep kind of jumps his front hooves onto the desk and ignores him, but is like, why is this sheep on my desk? And, it's been crazy. There's all kinds of stuff going on. There's like weird explosions in the forest. Actually, it's great time for you guys to be looking to go in the forest because that's where it's mostly happening. And then at night, these weird figures appear in the farmlands, messing around with the stuff. It's really weird. And as he's talking, the sheep puts the map closer to itself and puts a paw or hoof right on in the forest. And the sound of his hoof hitting the table, the old man looks over, stares at the sheep for a second. He's like, "Okay, that's Althester's house. You know where Althester lives."
Couldn't tell you. Strange
That's-
things are happening.
It's
Magic
like-
Quest. If you have questions, just remember Magic Quest.
Okay. We got a magic sheep that knows where Althester lives, and okay, you guys are. Well, I'm glad you guys are here to take care of this because this is really obnoxious. I haven't slept in like weeks. I'm top here,
Well, that's
and I
not
have to
good.
keep track. I have to keep track of all these records. I get like and all of them. boom, or like weird lights in the sky, or
And you
maybe
say
a
explosions in the forest. Because,
yeah.
And I'll lean to Drusilla. Forests don't usually explode, right?
No, they don't.
No,
I
that's what
think
I thought.
this
Yeah.
is what the sheep was. I think this is what he was telling me before, that this is all linked to the apprentice.
Wait, the old man butts in. Is like, wait, the sheep told you this? Wait,
Magic.
with the sheep.
Magic.
I know it's magic, but what's with the sheep?
It's a really long story, and I don't know if you'll believe me if you didn't see it for yourself. I'm sorry.
And we saw it for ourselves, and we're not sure we believe it either. But
Still like an explanation, at least something. What is with the sheep, and how does it know where Althester lives?
I mean, it probably came from Althester's place. It's probably
This-
one of the weird, freaky things that's been happening in the forest.
maybe it's
This
Althester's
sheep says that he is Alcester, and that his apprentice turned him into a sheep,
Wait,
and has then.
this is Al. It looks down at the sheep. It's like Althester. She kind of is like, oh, this is so much worse than I thought it was going to be. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. So he's not supposed to look like a sheep.
No, he's not. He's very unhappy about being a sheep too. He really wants to be back to himself.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I mean, he pointed. That's where he lives. So, if you guys want the source of the issue, I guess that's where it is. Nobody's been able to.
Yeah, that's my husband. He's on the couch.
Okay.
I didn't know my story was that boring. Come on. All right. He's like, all right. I mean, yeah. It's yeah. I mean, he pointed out where his house is. I guess that's where all these issues are coming from. I'm not sure about the weird people on the farms, but maybe it's related somehow. Anyway, yeah. Nobody's been able to go into the woods to try to fix this issue ourselves. We're a small village. There's not a whole lot of people to make a hunting party, and those woods are stocked full of packs of wolves, and it's not a good place to be. So we're kind of stuck. I'm glad you guys came, and if Althester is able to fix this issue by not being a sheep anymore, that'd be great too. I mean, I don't want him to be a sheep anymore. We've been friends for a while, so.
So, can you confirm that
help him
the
out?
sheep is your friend?
I mean, he kind of looks down and is like, it looks like a sheep, but it seems to know a lot about Althester, so I can't not confirm.
Does the sheep
So-
have any secrets that only Althester would know?
I don't even know a lot of secrets Althester would know. He hasn't told me any secrets. I just know he lives in the woods, and we're kind of talk every once in a while. That's pretty much
Is
it.
there a question that you could ask him if I spoke to him with my speak with animals power? If I spoke to him, would I be able to answer a question to confirm his identity for you?
I mean, he said his name was Althester. That's all I can really think of to really confirm that part of it. Honestly, no offense to Althester, but he's just a weird wizard that took up residence in our woods. That's pretty much all I know about him, and we kind of just converse since I'm the village elder. That's it.
Do you know roughly how long he's been missing?
I didn't even know he was missing. I know that these explosions and weird things have been happening for about a month.
Okay.
But That's all I know. So if I had to guess, that's probably when he turned into a sheep. If this is all weird thing.
Did say that he said that the weird goings on were related to him becoming a sheep. So hopefully, if we can resolve the sheep issue, we can resolve the weird goings on.
I mean,
that would be perfect. That's why we put out notice to all the neighboring towns to get people over here and help us with this issue. So whatever you guys need to do, that'd be
Bernard
great.
Suddenly strikes a pose that's his best looking heroic sort of pose and says, well then, fear not, the mighty Bloodbags bandit crew are here to save your village and make sure that everybody's fine. And we'll come back and worry about the pillaging later. But for now, we'll go and sort out your exploding sheep forest. Wizard.
At the pillaging part, he kind of is taken aback. He's like, oh, wait, whoa, hold on. What are you guys here for? Are you guys here to help us or screw us over? What is going on?
Don't worry. I would far rather be the bandit lord over a good village with a healthy economy.
That's great.
Yeah.
I guess.
I headed in this direction because I'm a nosy bitch, but
Protection.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Magic.
So I want to figure out what happened.
And at this point, he's kind of, his brain's starting to kind of slow down. He's like, I can't. I have no sleep. I can't deal with this right now. If you can fix our problem, the reward is like 50 gold. We were able to scramble up from the villagers. If you can fix it, that's how much we're rewarding right now. Yeah. Go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bernard is used to people sounding that confused at him, so.
So yeah, at this point he's kind of just like, he's completely like, whatever. Just, I guess, yeah. Okay. And yeah, his brain is starting to shut down at this point. So
fear not, Ancient One. We are here. Should we go?
Yeah.
If you could, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Layla will just do her salute. She's like, lead on, Captain.
Right.
All right. So you guys leave the meeting house, and you're back in front of the well. Where are you gonna go? What you gonna do? At this point, you are traveling on the road about mid-noon, like about noon-ish. So by the time you got in, it's starting to get a little darker. You're not going to have a whole lot of time to really go anywhere before it.
Yeah, we should probably.
I
get
have
on
dark
it.
vision.
Sorry?
I have dark vision.
Good. And you can see in the dark.
I'm accustomed to twilight forests and the night sky, and I have superior vision in dark and dim conditions. I can see in dim light within 60 feet of me as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light.
I think you don't.
I just can't discern colour. Yeah, I don't sleep. I need a 4-hour trance.
Is there anything? No, you said there was nothing that looked like an inn, didn't you?
No. You can ask around about.
I think what happens is that
anything.
The camera stays on the old man with the beard, and the door closes, and he sort of sags. Oh, thank God for that. And he sits back down at his desk, and he sharpens his quill a little bit, takes a sip of mead, and then the door opens again, and Bernard leans back and says, "Is there an inn?"
No, but we can set something up in here. This is just the general meeting house. We can kind of set you up with something. Since you're
maybe a blanket or two, a pillow. We lay on the pew.
Yeah, he kind of like, it's like, all right. He gets up from his desk and kind of slowly walls his way over to the door and kind of calls out. He's like, hey, hey, Jessup, come on. Can you help me with something? And this kind of like average looking guy, probably like middle aged, comes over. He's like, yeah. What can I help with, Elder? It's like points off to the side room. He's like, can you just get like the sleeping cots? You know, the stuff we get for small hunting parties and stuff like that for them yearly trip. Okay, yeah. So go off to the side room, get a bunch of these rolls, kind of push some pews out of the way, and kind of roll them out. And you have 3 bed rolls right on the floor of this meeting house. It's like, we don't really have any commodities. I mean, there's an outhouse out back. You need that. You can feel free to help yourself to the well water. I'm sure if you
just going to pass out.
Okay, so pass out, and he's like, "Oh, okay." He's sleeping. I honestly, there's not like breakfast service. If you want some food, I think the general store opens shortly after sunrise. So if you want some food from there to help you on your travels, that's always welcome to you. Obviously, you have to pay, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And he kind of awkwardly goes back to his desk, closes up the book, and puts it in a random dresser drawer, closes that up, and goes off to a side room. It's like, this is my chambers, so I'm gonna hit the hay myself. Hopefully no big explosions tonight to keep me up. And closes the door, and you can hear an audible click of him locking the door behind himself. And you guys are alone in the meeting house with sleeping rolls and stuff like that. Bernard is asleep, and what are you other two doing?
What's Drusilla gonna do?
I think I might have a 4-hour trance.
Okay, where are you gonna sit on the bedroll or one of the pews and just kind of trance it out?
Chill and trance it out and meditate or whatever, and see if I get any cool ideas.
All right. Any cool ideas?
Yeah,
all right.
they might come to
and
me in my trance.
Layla, what are you doing?
I'm searching the place.
You're searching the place? All right. So what you see immediately is just, like I said, a bunch of pews that are pushed out of the way, and along the back wall, a bunch of these, it looked like they were just dressers that were repurposed for like filing cabinets. If you search some of them, they're kind of, well, are you being stealthy about it, or what are you doing?
I'm not really being stealthy. I'm just kind of like, I'm not looking for anything specific. I'm just kind of like being nosy. I'm checking things out.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. You can kind of hear the old man stir a little bit when he hears you messing with the drawers, but he doesn't come out, doesn't do much of anything about it. So you're free to kind of look around, and every time you open a drawer, it's just filled with books, some of them a little bit dustier than others. Some of them are kind of records of past meetings. Anything you want to specifically know or find out?
I was kind of wondering if there's like a record or any sort of note about the apprentice at all.
All right. You roll an investigation check.
Sure.
Get some rules in here.
That is a 14.
All right. You don't see anything about any apprentice. You're kind of looking through, and there's not really a whole lot of information at all about anything that goes on in the wizard tower. It looks like it just doesn't keep a record that it's there. There's like a couple notes that you could kind of piece together. He means the wizard tower just from what you know, like the name Althester that randomly appears in a note, but it doesn't look like he keeps a public record of the goings on over there. Just kind of passively saying, met with Althester and chatted about his business. He seems to be doing well. That's about it.
Okay. Oh my god. All right, and then there's nothing that looks of value at all.
Not in the dressers. There is a big, not it's not super well made, but it's nice enough, like better than you would expect to see in a village like this. Desk that he was writing on earlier. If you want to check it, you'll see that all the drawers are locked. So that's the only other thing in here that could possibly have something of worth, but everything else seems to just be record cabinets.
Okay, this is going to sound pretty weird. Are there like any cool bottles or containers around? The inkwell on the desk looks like it was nicely made. Probably was like a gift or something. It kind of has some embroidery on it a little bit to make it look nice. There is a flower vase on one of the dressers. Kind of just, there's like different decorations like that. Nothing super valuable looking, but just kind of nice looking to spruce up the place. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, then I guess I'm gonna cast like bless like us.
Okay.
I'll say a prayer to Selune, who is the water goddess of navigation and travel.
Okay.
And then I don't know, go to sleep. Sure.
All right. And you fall asleep. Everyone's doing their thing. 4 hours in, Priscilla's done with her meditation. And about the time that she's kind of snaps out of it, there's a huge explosion you hear from outside. Like a boom. And it's loud enough that you're able to hear it, but let's see. Roll a d20, Bernard and Layla.
I just did it. It was a
4.
2.
Okay, so you definitely hear it and wake straight up.
Yeah, I was gonna say she wakes up screaming.
Yeah.
6.
6. Okay, same thing. You wake right up from that explosion. It was pretty loud. Like some people might have been able to sleep through it, but yeah, it was pretty big.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
With it was Mike Custard.
All right. Anyone want to respond to about the custard or anything like that? No.
No,
You're just gonna leave it.
because Layla's
Okay.
already like she's yelling for and like kind of flailing about as though like she's gonna fall through the floor.
I think I'm ready to I'm investigating the outsides because apparently I can see outside in the dark, sort of.
All right. If you're,
I'm
so
not
you're gonna go right
outside, but I'm
Okay.
having to suss out the windows and trying to work out what the fuck just happened.
All right. Yeah. The windows. From looking out the windows, you can't really see anything. It's nothing to do with the village. It doesn't look like everything is still dark and quiet in the village. But when you look out the window, off to like the way the building's facing, you can tell there's some kind of weird glow coming from the right. It's like shining down onto the ground, like glowing, and the light's hitting the ground, but you can't really see it from that angle.
Okay.
Do we count as having had a short rest then?
Yeah, you can count that as having a short rest.
Okay.
So anything else you want to do?
Leap up and investigate. I suspect looking out of the window is a good first start.
Okay, so you just look out the window, same thing. The village itself looks quiet. There's a weird, like, green, then purple, then orange glow kind of emanating from somewhere off to the right of the window, like it's glowing and shining down onto the village, casting long shadows and just lighting up the place. But
Got to go out and have
the
a look
village
then, haven't we?
itself. Yep. Okay, you want to go outside? So if you go outside, looking where that light's emanating from, you'll see big kind of mushroom cloud form from random. It looks like a random spot in the forest, and it's glowing weird colors. Like all of a sudden, you'll flash purple, and then flash green, then flash orange, then flash teal, and then as it kind of expands out, all of a sudden it'll shrink back and then kind of squish back into the forest. Like the whole cloud just disappears back into the forest.
What is our sheep friend doing right this moment?
He kind of
Is he with us?
he was sleeping in the meeting house with you, and with the explosion, he also woke up and kind of follows you out and kind of nods towards the explosions, like.
I'm wondering if now is worth actually using the spell to speak to him to see if he has any insight as to what just happened.
Yeah, I mean, you can feel free to do that whenever you want. It's up to you. 100%
Okay, I'm
up
going
to
to do
you.
that. I don't know how to do that,
Okay.
but I'm doing that.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to have you keep track of, like, spell components and all that stuff, but like Matt said, that those are sometimes required. I think all I'm going to do is say you're going to have this many rations of spell components that you can use.
Yep.
You know, like your character would know what they would need for certain spells to work, so they would every once in a
Yes,
while
so I have
when you're in a place and you go
power.
shopping, I'll say you have this many of, or maybe I won't even keep track of rations. It's just kind of like refresh your spell components just in general. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, you went to the village, you have spell components to do that. I'll let you know if you run out, like if you use it too much without restocking, but in general, I won't have you keep track of anything like that.
Cool.
So, yep, you cast Speak with Animals, and he's like, yep, that's definitely come from my place. I don't know what she was doing in there. I was kept outside, but that's definitely Litha's doing. Honestly, I hope my place is still there when we get there, but I hope Litha is okay. She's young. She's naive. She doesn't really know what she's doing. She's not very great at magic, honestly, but I took her in. Just, we need to get over there as soon as we can. Okay?
All right. So, because the other two can't actually understand the sheep, just so you guys know, the sheep, what's his name again? He just told us that the explosion came from his house and that it's his apprentice's doing. He has a lot of sympathy for his apprentice and thinks that she just needs to learn more and understand more. But the advice is that we go straight to his place to see what just happened and find out what we can do. Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
Seems like a plan.
Yeah.
I'd like to grab like a bucket of water to bring with me because I'm a weirdo, but other than that, yeah.
Do it.
All right. I will let you know that it is still middle of the night, so it's dark. And this is untrekked territory, so...
But isn't he going to his house, though?
It's in the middle of the woods, though, and you were told that
And I have
it's
night vision.
wolf packs, so...
Oh, right.
Oh,
I need
so-
the sheep, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a base
Yeah.
human. I can't see anything. So,
So
I will let you know that is one of the factors you gotta take into account.
do we, as a team, like, what do we do? Because I don't know if, like, if we get there now and we die on the way, well, that's useless. If we get there tomorrow Are we going to be able to change anything that just happened? Like, do we wait now and stock up on what we need, or
I think we at least wait until daybreak.
until daylight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy
And
with that.
Althester still being able to speak with you is like, yeah, this has been going on
So
for like
he
a month.
agrees.
I think she should be okay. I just don't want anything major to happen. So as soon as we can, let's get over there because
Okay.
I mean, first of
So
all, I
she-
want to stop being a sheep. That would be great.
Our sheep friend agrees with that plan too. We'll wait until dawn and go first thing in the morning.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys can just try to go back to sleep.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, you can sleep for the rest of the night. You can or you can try to wake up at daybreak.
I'm just going to chill out and keep an eye on out the windows, and I'll wake them up if anything happens, or if they don't wake up when the light comes up, I'll be sure to wake them up then.
Yeah, we'll set the alarm, Elf.
All right,
Yeah,
yep.
you got an alarm now.
The rest of the night seems to be pretty quiet. Nothing else major happens. At this point, dawn breaks and you don't hear anything major. Some people are kind of like slowly making their way out. They seem to be a little groggy from lack of sleep. They kind of seem still shaken from the explosions, but for the most part, it's just a quiet morning in the village.
Cool. Can I just interrupt to say we're at 3 hours? How are people doing?
I'm willing to go into
Sorry,
to the top of the
I lost
hour.
you
Okay.
I'm willing to stay on till the top of the hour.
I'm good.
there. Yeah,
But
we've
after
got
that, I
a few
will
minutes.
definitely have to go to bed.
So in that case, I mean, Tyler, it's really your decision because we're at a convenient break point, but there may be another one that comes along in a bit.
This one, this is kind of like